Welcome to the weekly edition of Housing Headlines brought to you by InstaMortgage. In this week's headlines, we will see that consumers are slightly more optimistic about home buying and home selling conditions. Next up, hidden cameras are still a problem in short-term rentals hosted on the Airbnb platform. In other news, nearly half of Gen Z adults are getting financial help from their families. Lastly, we will look at how mortgage rates fared this week. Hi, I am Rachel. I am the AI spokesperson at InstaMortgage. Consumers are slightly more optimistic about home buying and home selling conditions, but they're still pessimistic about affordability. According to Fannie Mae's Home Purchase Sentiment Index, 19% of consumers indicated it's a good time to buy a home. That's up from 14% in May, which was a new low for the survey. Next up, an investigative report has revealed that hidden cameras are still a big problem on short-term rentals hosted on the Airbnb platform. Surveillance device issues have generated tens of thousands of customer support tickets at Airbnb in the past decade. An Airbnb representative who was deposed early last year reported that when a guest complains about a hidden camera, the company doesn't, as a matter of practice, notify law enforcement, even when a child is involved. Instead, they may reach out to hosts, a move that law enforcement experts say could hinder criminal investigations because that gives suspects time to destroy the evidence. In other news, nearly half of Gen Z adults are getting financial help from their families. A new Bank of America survey shows that 52% don't make enough to live where they want, and 54% said they don't pay for their own housing. They either live at home or rely on family to pay their rent. Maybe not so outlandish, given that many in that age bracket are in school. Last but not least, mortgage rates have been almost steady to lowering slightly. The 30-year fixed rate averaged 6.85% as of yesterday, July 11th. That's down 0.14% from last week. The 30-year FHA rate was 6.29%, while the 30-year VA rate was 6.33%. That's down by 0.16% from last week's average. The 15-year fixed rate also decreased just by 0.05%, averaging 6.34%. And that rounds up the weekly edition of Housing News brought to you by InstaMortgage. If you or someone you know are looking to buy, sell, or refinance, we would love to talk to them.